Hola, people. How are you? This is Neena Perez, and this is Straight Talk, No Sugar Added. This is another amazing episode of WINJECT Radio. It's presented by WINJECT Studios, and I am so happy to be here. And so, I always start off with saying like how people don't like Mondays, right? I was talking to someone, they're like, oh, tomorrow's Monday. And I'm like, but you can't have a weekend. You can't have a Friday without a Monday. So I love Mondays. It's a way to kick off my week and what I love and what inspires me, which is being on here and pouring into you. Now, I have been speaking to a lot of you guys, behind the scene and people who follow me and stuff about WINJECT. And so I am super stoked about everybody's interest in this. So please go ahead and, email me at hello@straighttalknosugaradded.com. And I will make sure to answer like questions for you and stuff and tell you about this amazing community that I am a part of. So go ahead and make sure that you click that subscribe button and crush that like button for me so that you can share and tell people about what's going on here and all of the great programs and all that great stuff. So while I'm here, leave me some comments. I love the interaction. And also, if you are watching the replay, then press replay and let me know that you're watching that. I would love to answer any questions. So make sure you do that. All right. Now, the last couple of weeks, I have been talking to you a lot about intentions and goals and all of that stuff. And, so today I figured, why don't we just keep going on with that? Because I got inspired by something I was listening to. And so, the question I had to really ask myself, and the question I've been asking some of my clients is, are you really determined? Are you super determined to really overcome the obstacles in your life? Are you really determined though? Are your actions showing that? Are you expressing that you're determined? The reason I ask that, because it's a lot of times we say it with our mouths, but we are not living it out. And so there are things in life, that are not going to be easy. I've been having a lot of amazing conversations with clients and potential clients about this because they're struggling with stuff, right? And so what happens is we sit a lot in our disappointment and we don't see it all, right? Wish I had. Okay, so for instance, if I did this and I went up to the camera like that, you probably wouldn't be able to see it until you can pull back, right? And so sometimes you need to pull back to be able to see the entire picture, right? And we need to decide whether we will move despite of that situation or if we're going to just sit there and eventually die, or even worse, live in despair. Because to me, living in despair is worse than dying. I know that life is not easy, guys. So I know I've been having like really deep conversations lately, and that's what's triggering all of this. And I know life is not easy, but that is the freaking beauty of it, right? It's the struggle. It's the struggle. Because it's not easy. It's going to force you to make decisions. It's going to force you to move, to create, to invent, to think about things differently. That's what the challenges in life are going to do for you. And that's freaking awesome. We need to make the choice. We need to make the choice of what we want to do in our circumstances and not blame anybody else for it. We need to do that. Hi there. Right? So we have the power. We have the power to sit there and give up, just not do nothing with it. Hey, Chris. Or develop and grow. Right? So I'm going to take you to church for a little bit, just a little bit. So I was listening. So every morning, as you guys know, I get up and I have, my goals and in the morning, and I think about like what my intentions are going to be and my gratitude, right? When I drive to work, I listen to scripture. That's what like fills me in the morning. That's what I do. So I was listening to Genesis 25, and it was a story about Esau and Jacob. They're twins, right? But Esau is the older brother. He was born first. Now, I'm not a theologian, so I'm not going to be suggesting to you that this is what God is saying in this scripture. I'm just going to share with you what I got out of it when I heard this story because it really impacted me. Right. So Esau was born first, and therefore the older child always had a bigger inheritance, a double portion than the younger child. Right. So Jacob was the younger, Esau was the oldest. So Esau was like a hunter, right? He was always out and hunting and doing all of that, and going for his next prey and all of that, right? So one day he comes in from the field after being out for a really long time. I don't think it tells us how many days, at least I don't remember hearing how many days he was out there, but he was out there trying to hunt and got nothing, right? And I thought, like, have you ever been at something for a long time and you feel like you're getting nowhere, right? So you're feeling exhausted, you're feeling hungry, you're feeling sorry for yourself, you're feeling defeated, you're feeling emotionally drained, you're freaking pissed, right? You've been out there working your ass off trying to get things done and nothing's happening, right? So you start comparing yourself to other situations, or you start thinking about your life and having all of these issues come up that are really starting to tear you down. I know I've been there. I have so been there, right? So when Esau comes back home after being out there for so long, he felt like he was like, faint. He was really like passing out. He was so exhausted, hungry, tired, right? So Esau saw his brother cooking, and I'm going somewhere with this. So Esau saw his brother cooking, right? And he was making some red stew or something. And his brother came in and was like, "Yo, Jacob, feed me, man. I'm faint. I mean, I can't." Right. So Jacob saw an opportunity. So he said to his brother, "I'll give you some stew if you give me your inheritance. Basically, I'll give you a little something, something that I was going to have anyway for your bigger stuff, for your portion." Right. Esau, I was thinking, he had to consider what he was going to lose here, right? He was going to lose a double portion of his inheritance, his land, his livestock, God's blessings, his finances, authority, all of that for some bread and stew, right? This is what happens when we live in the moment, right? Yes, right? Yes, yes, yes. Been out there a long time. Yes. Kalina, I understand that. And what happens is that if you start to become exhausted and starving, and you can't, and you're feeling faint, right? Because you're not giving yourself grace and time, right? And so Esau at this moment had to really be sitting there saying, what am I going to do at this moment? Right? What should I do here? What is it going to cost me? But because he was living in the moment, because he was living just for that moment, because he was starving, he was faint, right? He wanted that food right now. And why would he care about what it would cost him later? And this is what happens when you have short vision. What shocked me really when I was listening to this is, he comes in and says that I'm at the point of dying. And what got me laughing is, come on, y'all. You're trying to tell me that Esau was at the point of dying, to the point where he couldn't go and make himself a piece of bread or make a meal or go to somebody to feed him, right? One meal was not about to save his behind. Let's just be real, right? So this revealed something to me about how worthless sometimes we take the things that are in our life, the blessings that are in our life, the opportunities that are in our life, and we just throw it away for a bowl of soup and bread, right? Are you so tired that you are about to give up on your inheritance, on your birthright, on your determinations? Are you that tired? Are you starving to the point that you are going to trade everything that you have done for immediate gratification? These are serious questions. I'm serious. Like, this is what this story did to me this week. The problem is that we are not looking at what can be done. Chris said something powerful a few weeks ago when I interviewed him about doing something today that you will be proud of 5 years from now, right? That's long-term vision. Right? So are you looking at all of your sources, all of your opportunities, and all of that stuff? Or are you feeling stuck, like you can't move, like this is all you have right now and you need that bowl of soup right now? I'm sure that someone on his land, on his property, because they were wealthy, someone on there could have given him something to eat without him having to give up what he had in his life. We need to be so careful when we are starving for something and don't see a way out, when we get overwhelmed, when we get overworked, when we just can't see past the pain right now. That is exactly when what belongs to you, what is yours rightfully, what you have been working for gets snatched from you, because your creator will snatch it back if you are not going to appreciate and love all that is there for you. Are you starving so much that you are about to give away what is yours for a bowl of soup and bread? Meaning you're going to do something small. You're going to give up everything huge later for something small today, for that immediate gratification, right? And we may think it's a good idea to trade because, I mean, we feel starved. We're exhausted. But my question is, once you are fed, once you've eaten, like once Esau ate that bowl of soup, will he, did he, and he did regret that decision for the rest of your life? You giving up on all of the things that are a blessing and in your life and are gifts from God, and you are giving it up because you are tired and exhausted. Are you going to be regretting that decision for the rest of your life? And this is exactly what you need to ask yourself every time that you are about to give up something huge in your life for a piece of bread and soup. Preach, Neena. Yes. I'm not trying to preach. I'm just trying to tell you what's up. I would not be your friend if I didn't tell you that it is worth you sitting for a second and waiting. And if somebody's trying to snatch from you what is yours, something that is yours, your blessing, your covering, your thing, and they are looking at you saying, oh, you know what? She's starving right now. He's starving right now. I'm going to snatch from him. You know what I'm saying? This is when you shift and you start to think about, how in the world am I going to overcome this challenge? Because I don't want to give up my whatever that is, your family, your business, whatever that long-term goal and blessing is in your life, for this immediate gratification, for this immediate bowl of soup and bread. I think the best way I can describe it is weight loss, right? Because I've always struggled with it. So let's do that. I want to lose 20 pounds, right? That's my goal. But right now, I would really like a piece of cake. So I am willing to give up health, strength, weight loss, and everything for that piece of cake right now. So I'm giving up my inheritance of health for my immediate gratification, right? But there are ways to overcome that, and you need to listen up. All right, because there is no reason why you should be giving away what God has intended for you, or what is in your life that you have worked so hard for to get to. So hard you've been working, and you are about to give up. You are on that edge. You're so tired. You're so tired. I promise you there's a way through this. Okay? The first one is write it down. Write your vision, your goal, what you're going for. Write it down. Write it down. Write what you want to accomplish. Write what it looks like. Write what it feels like. Write what it sounds like. Immerse yourself in what it is you want, what it is you feel is your blessing, what it is you feel is the goal. Okay? Especially when you don't feel like doing it, you need to look at that piece of paper that you wrote it down on, because there are times where we don't want to do it. There are just times where you say, you know what? I'll take the soup and bread. Thank you so much. I'll give up my inheritance right now. I'm too tired. No, write it down what your vision is. So when you do get tired, you know that you need to get up and cook yourself. Nobody has to serve you a bowl of soup that's going to cost you more than what they're giving you. Jacob was going to eat that bowl of soup anyway. It cost him nothing. It cost him nothing to give his brother a bowl of soup. But he got a lot. He got a double portion of an inheritance that did not belong to him, right? But you have to realize that in your life, you're the one responsible for your goal. You're the one responsible for what it is you want. You're the one responsible to get up every day and grind. That's on you, right? You need to stay hungry. That's number 2. You need to stay hungry. You cannot give up on your immediate blessing and immediate things, or your blessing for the immediate gratification and the immediate things in your life. You cannot give up the blessings in your life and the goals in your life for immediate gratification. It reminded me of something. When I was going to college, right? I had to quit my job. This was it's a long story. You can read it in my book. But what happened is during that time, we lost everything. We lost our house. We lost our car. We even had to put our kids in other people's families' homes. Okay. And I mean, I did not want my kids sleeping in the car with me and my husband. I didn't want that. And even though we were starving, right? We didn't lose sight of what was important for us. We didn't lose sight of what we were fighting for, right? I was offered like piece of shit, low paying jobs. I was offered jobs that were going to interfere with my goals of wanting to go to school, to wanting to accomplish what I was going for, right? That I knew in my heart that God was calling me to do. But I considered it. I considered it. I was offered jobs in my life where I was like, well, I mean, it's $10 an hour, but we'll eat, right? And my husband's like, no, absolutely not. No way. You are not quitting. You are not quitting. But there were times where I was exhausted and tired and broken. And I was like, you know what? I'll take the soup and bread. I'll take it. But you need to stay hungry. You got to stay hungry for what you want. You have to stay hungry. God took care of feeding us physically, but I had to take care of staying hungry for what it is that I was out to do. Surround yourself with people that will inspire you and help push you forward. If somebody's offering you a bowl of soup for something that's going to cost you more, that is not the person. Thank you, hon, for everything you did to keep me in place. I appreciate you. Number 3, you need to be persistent and have discipline. Dominique, I think you shared last week that that's your word. Persistence and discipline. There will be a lot of hindrances that will stop you from moving forward in your goals. A lot of them. You will have a lot of hindrances that will keep you from moving forward in your goals. You need to remain disciplined. You need to remain persistent in doing something despite how difficult it is, despite the delay, despite it not getting to your success quick enough. Stop listening to all these fake gurus online talk about you're going to be successful in 30 days. Okay? Put the work in, be persistent, be disciplined, and stay hungry. Don't let anybody come feed you some garbage, okay? That's going to cost you money or cost you things in your life that's not going to give you anything, but they're stealing from you, all right? Stay hungry, remain disciplined, remain persistent, even when it's difficult and there is a delay in that success, okay? All right, I think this is number 4. Practice being comfortable with failing. Practice being comfortable with failing. Nobody likes to fail. Everybody boo-hooing, but it is time for you to be comfortable with it. To me, being successful is being comfortable with failing. All that failure, all of it does nothing but give you amazing feedback and knowledge. Learn from your mistakes. Continue to work. All right? Continue to push forward. You got this. All right? I appreciate you too. Aw, you're my hero. Oh, don't do that to me now. I don't want to start crying on. Thank you. Positive mind flow and positive mind flow always. I always call it mind flow. I know people call it mindset. Mindset to me is something I used to struggle with in the past when my mind was set on negative things. I was always boo-hooing and bitching and complaining and everybody else's fault. And my mind was set on those things. And I had to break that in my life in order to create a flow of growth and maintaining a complete mind that will completely shift when it needs to, grow when it needs to, expand when it needs to. So maintain a positive mental attitude regardless of your situation, regardless. And I know that sometimes it is like, are you kidding me? I'm about to curse you out telling me to keep a positive mental attitude with what I'm going through. But keep your thoughts focused on acting towards what you want, your intentions, your goals, your outcome. Keep your mind on that stuff. What are you gonna do? You gonna sit here and boohoo and be negative? That does not serve you. It just doesn't. I know it feels good because we want to sometimes wrap ourselves up in the blanket of boohooing, right? But the truth is that it's not going to serve you well. Keep your thoughts focused. Keep them focused on your intentions, on your goals, on your outcomes, okay? The things you want to see, the things that matter to you. Know why you are doing what you are doing. Know why. It gives you energy. You keep moving forward. If you're negative and you have negative thoughts and feelings, it's going to ruin your focus. It's going to ruin your focus and your persistence. It's going to ruin it. Hey, Chris, how are you? It's going to ruin all of that for you. Okay, so don't do it. I know that it's easier said than done. I know that most of us want to be sitting here boohooing and telling people about our problems. But the truth is if you avoid your negative thoughts and feelings, you will soar. You will start to see yourself move forward. And when somebody comes and manipulates you with a bowl of soup and bread, deuces, you know that you can make your own soup. Get up and make your own soup. You need to develop what I've always told you, gratitude for what you already have right now, no matter how small. Okay? Do you know what it is to live with less than $1 a day? I do. Can you imagine what it's like not knowing where you're going to get your next meal from? Where you're going to get the next money to pay your electricities or all of your necessities. What about living with, battling with unending fear, battling with these things coming to get you, being evicted from your home? Just trying your hardest to keep your head above water and support your family. My family has. Trust me. Trust me when I tell you, you can get through this, whatever this is for you. I'm going to ask you what I asked you in the beginning. Are you determined to overcome in your life? Are you determined? Are your actions showing and expressing that you are determined? Do not give up all that is for you. Do not give up all that God has blessed you with, that God created you for. Don't give that up for a bowl of soup and bread. Don't do it. Put that back up, Chris. I didn't see it. Bring the table. Even when you only have government cheese to put on top of it. I've been there too, bro. I grew up like that. I grew up on government cheese. What I'm telling you guys is, listen, there is no reason to be in despair. There's no reason to be in so much despair and so much fatigue that you give up what is yours for something little, for something that you could do yourself. If you're tired, get some rest. If you're hungry, make the meal. If you need people, surround yourself with people that are going to give you the bowl and the bread and the spoon and the next meal as well. Those are the people you want in your life. If you have people in your life that are giving you something to steal back from you, cut them off. But do not, I want to repeat this because I need you to leave with this. Do not give up what the Creator has made for you for a bowl of soup and bread. Thank you guys so much for being here with me. This is Neena Perez, just straight talking. Until next time.
This broadcast is brought to you by WINJECT Studios. We are an all-in-one educational platform for podcasters that revolutionizes how hosts leverage content to increase engagement with listeners, downloads, and income. We come together to focus on community, collaboration, and collective impact. For more information on how you can interact directly with our hosts, access exclusive live content with offers you can't get anywhere else from our official partners, join our purpose-driven community by visiting www.winject.com. If you're ready to build a career doing what you love, then we're ready to see you there.